Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our session tonight. Are you guys excited for our discussion tonight? The intro to becoming an e-commerce virtual assistant. Hello. I saw a lot of you guys commented. We had, well, before this webinar even started, we already had 100 and something comments. Oops. Well, let me see. Let me see if I can see your comments here. Facebook is a bit weird. Yes, okay, yeah, trillions. A lot of people already commented tonight. But yeah, if you can hear me, if you can see me, say hello. There we are. We've got Narben, Hannah, Grace, Guadalupe, Joey, Riza, Paz. Hello. Good evening, guys. Jessa, Losley, Erlin, yeah, say where you're from. I'm watching, I'm not watching. I'm over here broadcasting to you from Cebu. It was a great day today. The weather was really nice. Well, it rained earlier, but it was a nice day. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. So yeah, where are you watching from? If you're watching from outside the Philippines, if you're an OFW, then I salute you. You're doing this for your family, and hopefully these kinds of sessions, these kinds of free crash courses, free webinars will be able to help you out in becoming a freelancer and becoming a virtual assistant. Yes, good evening, Krisha, George, Nikki, Mary, Mai, Abby, Annabelle, Alma. Yeah, we've got a lot of people tonight. Yeah, so exciting for you guys to learn more about becoming an e-commerce virtual assistant. Nice. Sultan Kudarat from Davao, Gulliver from Davao, Jade from Laguna. Yeah, we've got a lot of people tonight. We've still got people arriving, but I'm really excited for us to get started. Did you guys go to the last webinar we had, the last crash course we had, the social media crash course, and of course the virtual assistant crash course? I know some of you are collecting certificates. You're just collecting certificates, adding them to your portfolio, and that is totally fine. We have a lot of certificates. We'll be giving one tonight as well. Just watch until the end. Of course, I do encourage everybody to share this crash course on your Facebook wall, especially if you have people, if you have friends who are FWs, if you have friends who are stay-at-home moms or working moms, those who are working in the BPO, or if you're stuck with traffic. And yes, share this on your Facebook book wall. Share this with them. Invite them to watch this, even if it's the replay. Invite them to watch this, and yeah, they can learn how to become a freelancer, how to start working online, how to get all these benefits that we have. Hello, Mary from Cebu as well. Kumusta? Chris, Eileen, Dave, Jacob, MJ, Nai, Amelita, Lorelai. Oh, we're almost at 200. Natuloy ko yung SMM. Yeah, Catherine. That was 2 weeks. So we're going to do another one in a few months. We're going to do a series of these because we always get new people every time. So we're going to do another one in a few months. Don't worry, we can. Chrissy, yes. I love collecting your free webinar crash course, the certificates. And drinking coffee as well. It's going to be a very value-packed session tonight. Very value-packed session. I'm glad you're all here with me. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll let's go ahead and jump right in. But before we do, yeah, we've already had 2 skill-based webinars, later I'm going to ask you what else you want to learn. It's also in the form at the end of this crash course, so you can fill that up. Let us know what else you want to learn, and let's see if we can create crash courses, create more webinars, free content for you, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you on your road to becoming a successful freelancer, a successful virtual assistant. And it's already July, if you don't believe it. We're already in the 3rd quarter of 2019. More than half of the year has already passed. And well, I just want to ask you, how are you doing with your goals? Diba? Usually at the start of the year, meron tayong mga goals. Diba? We have goals na at the end of the year, we have to reach our goals, ganyan. And more than half of the year has already passed. So, kumusta na? How are you with reaching your goals? May time pa naman, habol-habol pa more, guys, Yeah, so let's see, how are you guys doing with your goals? Oh, okay, so Yeah, we only have 1 hour allotted to this, and we have a lot of information, a lot of things we're going to cover today. First, we're going to talk about what is e-commerce. We're going to talk about how can VAs take advantage of this trillion-dollar industry. I don't even know how much, trillion and dami, that's like a lot. That's like 1,000 billion. Essential e-commerce virtual assistant skills, product research, and sourcing specifically for dropshippers. Best practices for effective e-commerce virtual assistant. So we're going to learn this today. It's going to be another night full of knowledge. I think this is one of the more technical crash courses that we're going to have. So we're going to follow the same drill as well. It's going to be very value packed, very information packed in this 1 hour session. And of course, please stay until the end. I didn't put my name here. Probably would have looked nicer, but stay until the end of the session for you to get your certificate of completion. If you want your name over there, there's that blank space there. If you want your name over there, I know some of you have been collecting these certificates, but if it's your first time, you can still collect a certificate. And yeah, stay until the end, and I'll give you the instructions. I do want you guys to watch until the end, because if you just get the certificate, tapos you didn't really learn, parang it's very misleading, diba? If you show I know how to do e-commerce virtual assistants, pero hindi nyo napanood yung crash course, it's very misleading. So please watch, please learn, and there's a replay. You can watch this over and over again, okay? Because it's a lot of information. A lot of people have said they had to rewind and repeat a lot of the virtual assistant crash course before really getting it. Okay. Oh, we have our coverage. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Once again, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and you can make chica in the comments. Yeah, thank you for sharing, and letting me know that you shared it. Good evening, Janet Lilia from Bulacan, Genevieve. Okay, I'll stop greeting people now so that we can focus on our subject matter today. So yeah, it's a lot of topics we're going to cover tonight, and if we have time, we'll go over the questions. Otherwise, I'm sure that you guys know that we do have our comprehensive step-by-step VA Bootcamp, which will equip you. Our VA Bootcamp equips our students with everything that they need to know to get started as freelancers. And if you want to check out our VA Bootcamp, if you're not yet a student of the VA Bootcamp, you can check it out over at vabootcamp.ph. Okay, and that's our paid course. And this is just kind of like a very small portion of that. But yeah, there's a lot more that we're offering in our paid course. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so I want to ask you a question. Who among you in the audience of around almost 300 people watching tonight, we should reach at least 400 tonight. Who of you here have tried online shopping? Diba? Is there anyone here who is suke ng Shopee or Lazada, or maybe you use Facebook Marketplace, maybe you use Amazon. I use Amazon sometimes. Do you guys use COD, cash on delivery? It's very unique to Asia, to the Philippines. And raise your hand. Say that yes, that's me. Lazada shopper here. I actually shop on Lazada a lot. In the past month, earlier I looked at my shopping history. Ang dami kong binili in the past month. So, but yeah, if you are familiar, if you've used Lazada, Shopee, and so on, then most likely you've already taken part. You actually have taken part of what we call the e-commerce industry. So the e-commerce industry, and this is the industry of electronic commerce or internet commerce. So we have starting your own online shop. That's great. I also have an online shop for coffee. Nice. Mga shoppers. We do have our shoppers. Nessie, please email me if you haven't received your certificate yet, so we can check what's going on. Okay, so yeah, buying and selling of goods or services online. And you've done one or the other, right? You've done buying or selling, or maybe you've done both, right? Maybe you've done both of these. Any business transaction done online, even as us freelancers. Okay, if you're a freelancer, if you're currently a freelancer, or baka you're an aspiring freelancer, even as freelancers offering services and receiving payments, that's an e-commerce transaction. But the primary means here is that it's being done over the internet. We're using the technology of the internet to buy products, to get and to sometimes sell products, and as freelancers to get paid for our services. That's an e-commerce transaction. And this is the e-commerce industry. Lazada and Shopee are they're what we call e-commerce platforms. They're the places where we can buy products. Just like an Upwork, that's where you find jobs, or that's where clients find freelancers. Lazada and Shopee, locally, those are where we buy products and services. Now, if we go back to mga 10 years ago, teenager pa ko nun. Just kidding. 10 years ago, most of us were uncomfortable buying things online, diba? Like we didn't, when we thought about buying, it was already there. There was, like I actually started mga 10 years ago buying on eBay, eBay Philippines, but most of us, and it was very weird, it was very uncomfortable. Plus, it was a hassle. It was a hassle buying, like, it's hard to return things. You couldn't test things, mga clothes. You couldn't wear them beforehand. Mga gadgets, you couldn't check them if they work. And sending money, you'd think, oh, baka makascam ako nito, diba? So, even right now, there are a lot of scammers, right? There's a lot of scammers. There's a lot of fear around that. But all the more 10 years ago. But right now, parang nasanay na tayo. We're already used to buying things online. In fact, some of us buy our groceries online, diba? Honest Bee, I don't know what's wrong with Honest Bee, the way they don't offer grocery, let me adjust the camera, grocery buying anymore, but a lot of us buy our groceries online. We buy clothes, we buy appliances, we buy gadgets. I bought some weights because I didn't want to go to the store and sobrang bigat for me to carry it, so I just bought it online on Lazada. And it's very convenient. They deliver it right to your doorstep, diba? And 10 years is a very short time. We have Lazada, we have Shopee over here, right? Free shipping. Ooh, there's a 1-day sale on Shopee. As I just took this picture earlier, I didn't notice. It's only July 13, so maybe later, after the webinar. Wag muna ngayon, do it after this crash course, okay? Not right now. If you want to go shopping. Yeah, but in the past, 10 years is a very short time. If you look at the statistics, as you can see here, the numbers are going up. This is a projection done a few years ago. Now, this is in billions of US dollars. So currently, the retail e-commerce sales is at $3 trillion. $3.5 trillion. And then that's going to grow by 2021 to almost $5 trillion. Imagine that. That's you can't even imagine how much money that is. But there's so much money that's being transferred online, that's being exchanged online, and it just keeps growing every year. More and more people are getting, like last year, a lot of people were still hesitant about Lazada, diba? Like, ano ba talaga itong Lazada? Should I buy? But now so many people are like, okay, I'm gonna buy on Lazada. Next year, all the more people will be comfortable buying things online. Started handling eBay store in 2011. I forgot what year it was, but I started like 10 years ago. So the growth is really there. The growth is really there. As buyers, this means for goods and services, it's becoming more and more available online. You can buy makeup, you can buy almost anything online. If you're a seller, demand will increase. Demand for online goods will increase. And as virtual assistants, as freelancers, this means that more online businesses will open and they will need our services. And that's where we come in. Okay? They will need our service. And that's something that's really amazing, right? That's something that's really amazing. So there's really, a lot of people say, ano ba ng freelancing, ang daming competition, I might not get hired. But as you can see here in this graph, the demand the demand keeps growing. The demand keeps going up. So if you're still thinking about freelancing, now is the time to start. Well, yesterday was the best time to start, but today is the second best time to start. So you really should start, because this will continue to grow and you'll learn so many new skills. And like what I did, I was a virtual assistant, I did online marketing, and then I went into business for myself because I learned the things as a virtual assistant. Okay, so enough about that. Let's look at some job posts. So these are some actual job posts that we got from Upwork. Looking for, and this was, we got this last week, so this is very recent job posts. Looking for VA to help manage e-commerce store, can help you better here. Hello, I'm looking for an assistant to help me with various tasks for an e-commerce store. The right person for this job will have experience with customer support, admin tasks, and social media management for e-commerce. So take note of those skills, right? Do those sound familiar? We might have talked about them in their previous crash courses. I'm looking for someone who is reliable, organized, and can handle small to a large variety of tasks with little supervision. With some experience working with yeah, you guys can read this. I'm looking at my Facebook screen, and it's very visible. Dropshipping knowledge is a plus. If you also know Groove HQ help desk software and WooCommerce is a plus, but not required. Order management, customer service, marketing, other tasks like adding new product research, creating sales reports. It's a part-time job, 5 to 10 hours of work, and then it says put the word giraffe. So you can see here, this is an actual job post, and a lot of you here already know how to do most of these things, right? Most of these, maybe some things you don't know yet and you can learn. Maybe some things you're going to learn in this crash course, but a lot of you already know, like who here, like what do you know of these things? Okay, what do we have here? Customer support, admin tasks, social media management. Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to do that? Order management, customer service, marketing, some other tasks. So let me know, is that something that you can do? And then maybe, and let me know, what areas are parang kulang pa rin. So you can learn, but you know what you need to learn so that you can become an e-commerce VA and get the jobs like this. And also this one, VA for Etsy store. I'm just going to run through this. VA to help with Etsy store, and potentially it's with Shopify, eBay, Amazon, setting up products. So this is like uploading the pictures, copy pasting the descriptions, writing some descriptions, there's a Cordial app. I don't even know what that is, but it's easy to Google. Like there's always Google. Setting up orders, ready for printing. So you just set up the orders, set up creating some files. Adobe, you will need to have access to Adobe and use Photoshop a little bit. That's a little bit advanced, but it's not too hard to do. She's not looking for a graphic designer, just somebody to prepare the orders. General maintenance and assistance, which will provide training for. So you can see here that these are skills that maybe you already know, but they're the skills that these are the kinds of job posts. These are actual job posts that maybe you can apply to. So if we just take a look here, there are a lot of virtual assistant tasks in being an e-commerce VA. If you attended our virtual assistant crash course, or better yet, if you're a student of the bootcamp, you know about customer service, you know about social media management, you know about research. Order management, we're going to talk about that a little bit today. But these are some things that we've covered in previous crash courses, and we're covering again today. The general VA skills, social media management, and like doing things in Canva. We talked about that a few weeks ago. These are essential skills in every e-commerce business. So if you've attended our previous crash courses, congratulations, you're pretty much ready to start applying for jobs. And if you've of course been a member of the bootcamp, you know the best practices so that you can get hired, right? So you're all set up right now. Now, if in locally we've got Lazada, we've got Shopee, right? Internationally, especially the US is the biggest market. They've got eBay and Amazon. Those are the main two platforms. And then they've got Shopify, WooCommerce, and Magento. Those are three of the main, not really platforms, but systems, back-end systems that help create websites. So it's a lot of websites, a lot of e-commerce websites are built using the Shopify system, or using the WooCommerce system, or Magento system. And we've got, of course, eBay and Amazon, which are kind of like Lazada, Shopee for us. Okay. They function differently. The back end is different, but the basics are the same. Okay, the basics are the same. The thing is, if you know how to do things in Shopify, it's easy for you to be able to do it. So eBay, Amazon, so WooCommerce, some Magento, because they're all very similar. Okay, they're all very similar. Now, let's imagine e-commerce platforms. Okay, that we know and how they function every day. So normally how things work is a customer buys from the store and they pay, right? Or maybe they pay with COD, but if it's from the Philippines. But in the US, usually they pay beforehand. Okay, so what the company does, they get items from the stock room, they pack them, they have them shipped, they track inventory as orders come in, they need to know when to order more stocks, and then the customer receives the package. Of course, the customer, before that, they have to order, they have to go, like, we know the process. If most of us know the process, add to cart and, check out, and then you ask for the payment method and things like that. So this is the normal scenario, okay? This is a normal scenario of e-commerce. If we think about it, we'll think about where does a business owner need help? Okay, where does a business owner need help? And I'll provide you a few areas where a business owner may need help. Okay. I'm just looking at the comments here. Okay, so number one here is customer service. Okay, one big area is customer service. Customer service, like inquiries about the products, refund requests, return requests. By the way, this picture is from Groove HQ. It's their software for managing customer service issues. So it's a good software to use. And as you can see here, you can see there's an inbox here, and a lot of the times this is chat or emails customer service. Okay, it's not like phone call. Sometimes there's like phone call customer service, but a lot of the times, and I know a lot of virtual assistants, a lot of students of the VA Bootcamp who are doing customer service for e-commerce stores, like my T-shirt is the wrong color. Oh dear. Oh no. So sometimes it happens. Now when it gets shipped, it's the wrong color. The other one, my T-shirt is too big. Maybe they ordered the wrong size. They want to return it. They want to exchange it. Somebody's asking for washing instructions. The packaging got damaged. So these are things that business owners need help with. They don't have the time to deal with all of these concerns. So they need help with these kinds of things. So customer service, that's one thing. Okay, so just take note. I won't dive into too much detail. We don't have time for that today. But just take note, customer service is one big area that VAs provide service in. Okay, product listing. Product listing is another big area where virtual assistants provide assistance in. And product listing, this is a product listing. This is actually from our demo in the VA Bootcamp. But the product listing, as you can see here, there's an image, there's a title, there's a description, there are sizes, there's a price. So entering this information into the system, it's very simple. If you know how to fill up a form, like a Google form, like the form I'm going to ask you to get your certificate, if you can do that, then you can do product listing. It's very easy. A lot of the times, what the client does is they already have a description. They already have a description. All you need to do is copy and paste it into different websites. Their Shopify website, their Amazon website, their eBay website. They already have the pictures. All you need to do is upload them, to arrange them. Maybe you need to edit them a little. Sometimes it depends, but we always have Canva for that, or Photoshop if you want. Okay. The title, they already have titles. Now some jobs require, some clients are looking for those that can write product titles, write product descriptions, but a lot of business owners, they already know what title they want to use. They already know what description they want to use. So all you need to do is copy and paste it and change the options, like for the sizes, for the colors. Sometimes it can get complicated, different variations of the product, but that is what VAs are there to help with. And if this is something that you can do, right? This is something you can, like MJ Cabarlock is saying, right? This is something that you can do. Becoming e-commerce VA, product listing. It's really not that hard. Next is another thing that VAs can help with is logistics. So maybe you've dealt with this, especially if you've bought before on Shopee. Actually, I hate buying on Shopee. Before they've gotten better, but doing delivery before, it would take like 1 month to deliver an item. I think that was like last year, but right now they're getting better. 2 weeks long instead of 1 month. But logistics is the delivery, like with Ninja Van, with Black Arrow Express, with LBC, with Xpost, and so on. So the logistics is helping tracking of the orders, fulfilling the customer orders, especially when it comes to international orders. A lot and sometimes the suppliers are from China. Okay, so the company suppliers are from China, so you have to coordinate with the logistics partner. Take note of the delivery time and try to make sure to plan ahead to meet the store schedule and so on. If you're ordering for your own inventory as a store, like let's say you have a client who's in the States and they're ordering from China, you are the one ordering for them, and you want to make sure now when it's arriving, you let your client know, okay, this is when it's arriving, and what you're doing is coordinating lang between your client and the partner, the suppliers. So logistics, communicating back and forth, getting the turnaround times, that's one job that a lot of virtual assistants do. It's time consuming for the business owner to do, but it's once again, this is something that a lot of us can do. Diba? We can communicate, diba? Sanay tayo mga Filipino about messaging, emailing, sending text messages, sending messengers, WhatsApp. A lot of the Chinese suppliers, they use WhatsApp and WeChat, so we're used to that. Okay. So aside from logistics, we see here's an example. It takes 34 days, 45 days. This is from AliExpress. Okay. Next is inventory management. So once again, this is another screenshot. I think naging malabo siya ng konti, but we can see it here. Inventory management is updating the quantities, updating the stock quantities, making sure that the systems, because especially when we're dealing with different systems, like sometimes a client has their own Shopify store, tapos may Amazon store, and then let's say may eBay store, and the quantity on hand, there should be like a master list for the quantities on hand, for the out of stock products, and inventory management is making sure that there is enough stock and updating it on the different website if it goes out of stock, ordering from suppliers, so you're going to go back to making sure the logistics are okay, ordering from suppliers, and making sure that things arrive on time, that the customers don't get disappointed because the items are out of stock, right? That can happen sometimes. But just know that because different online businesses use different systems and they have different SOPs in place, it's common to find clients who are willing to train their VAs. So you don't really need to know all of this beforehand, okay? A lot of these clients, because they use different systems, they're going to train you on how to use the inventory management system. But you can see here, right? All you need to do is change this. There's pricing. You can update. Oops, sorry about that. Let me just silent this. You can update the price. You can change the SKU. You can mark an item out of stock, and so on. So it's not hard, right? You just fill in the form. But the job of the VA is to coordinate, to make sure that all the systems are working correctly, to coordinate with the suppliers, to coordinate with the client. Parang assistant talaga, diba? Assistant, making sure that everything is okay. Okay, and it's not hard, but you have to have attention to detail. You can't be like, oh, okay na yan, na walang stock, ganyan, and you just forget about it, because that can be pretty bad. So yeah, inventory management is another task that a lot of virtual assistants do, and you can do this, diba? You can communicate, you can keep records, you can communicate, diba? This is something that a lot of us can do. Now, so going back here, we can see the at the bottom here, as I mentioned earlier, I will always train you to do anything you do not know how to do. So a lot of these business owners, a lot of these clients are willing to train you. What you need to have is yung basic skills we talked about, which I'm going to talk about today, and we talked about in the previous sessions, and when we talk about in the VA Bootcamp also: research, emailing, messaging, updating mga spreadsheets, updating mga forms, updating on websites, things like that. That's what they need you to know. Itong mga different systems like Cordial app and itong mga different kinds of, you don't need to worry about that. We get a lot of questions. I don't know how to use itong weird system. That's not a problem, because a lot of the times the client will teach you how to do it. You need to know the basics, and then the basics can be applied to these different systems naman. Okay. Let me see. Can you share techniques on Myrma Nepomuceno, online arbitrage? We won't be talking about online arbitrage today. That's a bit more for business owners. We're talking about dropshipping a little bit. So, difference between dropshipping and arbitrage. We're almost at the dropshipping topic. Actually, that's in 2 slides from now. But Eric is looking for a Photoshop crash course. Novavi, one problem is low-paying clients that are outside the USA. Grabe mang barat. Um, so just to answer Novaviv's concern, there are barat clients out there. There are barat clients. There are, diba? But there are also good paying clients. It's up to you how you're going to position yourself, how you're going to write your cover letter, how you're going to write your profile, and position yourself as a high earning VA. And that's one of the reasons why we really recommend enrolling in the bootcamp, because you have the guidance, you have the coaching, you get the tips there. Kasi itong skills, it's one thing to know the skills, but presenting yourself and positioning yourself to be a high dollar VA is something that's a little different. So that's why we always recommend going in the bootcamp, because it's not just the skills. It's not just these skills that we're teaching you for free, but it's also like how you position yourself, and you can get guidance in the bootcamp there. We can't do it for free for thousands of people. Yeah, we pay our coaches. So yeah. Merman, I'll go ahead to Merman Nepomuceno's question about the techniques. Well, not the techniques and tips, but the difference between dropshipping and arbitrage. So we're going to talk about dropshipping right now. Let me drink water first. Okay, so I'll because arbitrage isn't in our slides. It's not in our discussion. But I'm going to tell you what arbitrage is. Normally, arbitrage is when you buy, let's say, there's a clearance sale. There's a clearance sale in National Bookstore for all their rulers. Okay, mga ruler, you know, mga ruler, or tape measure, whatever. Basta. There's a clearance sale, and it's only like 5 pesos each. So what the online arbitrage people do is they buy at a cheaper price. They go to National Bookstore, they buy all the tape measures for 5 pesos each, and then they sell it on their website. They sell it on Lazada for 50 pesos. Okay, that's the summary of what online arbitrage is. And we're not talking about that today because once again it's more of a business thing. But there are clients out there who look for, it's the same thing, e-commerce VAs, because they still need to list the product, they still need to maintain the stock, they still need to do customer service and do all these things we mentioned earlier. So the same, if you're a VA, it doesn't really matter to you if your client's selling their own products, if they're doing arbitrage, drop shipping, not even so much. But there are some things with drop shipping we'll talk about. But the skills we talked about earlier, those are the skills that you will need regardless of what kind of business your client has. Okay, I hope I answered your question. I see a question here from Vincent De Los Santos. A lot of questions here. Vincent De Los Santos, any tips about how it works in updating spreadsheet when it comes to stocks or availability of the products? Manual po ba ito? A lot of the clients will have you do it manually. They'll have you do it manually, but there are mga automated systems that integrate between these different, like integrate between Shopify and Amazon and so on. There are systems like that, but it depends on what the client setup is. Some do it automatic, some have it manual. Renlyn Reyes says, ano po rate ng e-com VA? It depends. It depends on, once again, how you position yourself. I know that there are some people who do e-com VA for the minimum na $3 an hour, like a minimum upwork, $3 an hour. And I know some of our students who have started, there's a student who started at $8 an hour. I don't just want to say the name, baka ayaw niya magpakilala. But we have a student who started at $8 an hour without experience. No experience, $8 an hour na agad. Okay. How much is the e-com VA, Rob Agravante? We have e-commerce as part of the virtual assistant bootcamp also. So if you enroll in the bootcamp, e-commerce is included na. It's one of the additional modules that we have. Okay, all right. So drop shipping. Feel free to continue asking your questions. I hope I answered the questions sufficiently for you guys. Chrissy, I love to use Photoshop and Canva since I've been designer for my client. Nice for the Instagram posts. Very, very nice. Very nice, Chrissy. Okay, so let's go. Keep asking your questions. Keep commenting. Keep discussing. And yeah, let's talk about drop shipping. Like, who asked it earlier? Who was the one who asked it earlier? Merman Nepomuceno asked earlier about drop shipping, right? And maybe you've heard. Have you heard of the term drop shipping? Let me know. Yes, I've heard of it. No, I haven't heard of it before. Yeah, have you heard of the term drop shipping before? Yes, kasama ng VA. We have the e-commerce VA as part of the bootcamp. Maybe we should include it in the list of features. I think it's there, but baka wala. Baka nakalimutan namin i-add. Sige, drop shipping. Have you heard of drop shipping? Have you heard of drop shipping? Middle naman. And some of you guys are, yes, yes, yes. A lot of you guys have heard of drop shipping. And there's a difference. Maybe you've heard of drop shipping. Maybe you haven't. But with drop shipping, there's a difference between regular e-commerce and drop shipping. So let's go back to the example earlier. Remember, a customer buys from the store and pays. The company gets items from their stock room. They pack them, they ship them, they track their inventory, and the customer receives the package, right? But what I didn't tell you is before this happens, of course the company has to have stock beforehand. They have to have stock in their stock room, stock in their warehouse. So if you are the business owner, okay, this is from the scenario of the business owner or the VA. What you're going to do as the business owner or the VA is you will order bulk number of products from a supplier. You will order like 10,000 because they have what we call minimum order quantities or MOQs for short. And usually to get like a low price or to get an item manufactured, you have to order like 1,000 or 10,000. Some people are not actually familiar with drop shipping. Okay, don't worry, I'll explain it here. But so normally, this is the normal setup. Diba? We order, I remember we ordered for our coffee business, mga packaging. We had to order 1,000 minimum for our coffee packaging from supplier in China. So there's a minimum, or you can't just buy one. It's weird. You have to buy like 1,000 or 10,000 depending on what the product is. And then the supplier sends you the bulk order. They should send it via UPS or DHL or depending where it's coming from. And then you find storage space to manage your stocks. I just do it here sa bahay. Just put things in different places. But yeah, small business owners, they have it in their homes. I talk to clients and some of them have it just in their house, like they have a room for all their stocks. But as a business owner, this is how things work. Beforehand, you have to do research on suppliers. You have to order in bulk, like 1,000 or 10,000 pieces. You have to store it in your home. That's before the customer buys and pays you, and you ship, and then you pack and ship the product. From your house, you pack it, or from the warehouse. If you have a warehouse, swear it, but if you're just at home, you pack it. Online sellers here, I know there are some online sellers who we just store it sa bahay, we just pack it at home. We ship them. We track we make sure na hindi tayo out of stock. We track inventory and we send it to the customers. That's how it works. This is the normal setup for e-commerce. And the wholesaler or the supplier, but we are the retailers. Like some of me, I'm a retailer for coffee, and I know some of you guys also do retailing for different things. But yeah, this is how it works normally. But drop shipping is different. Okay, in drop shipping, there's something that's different. Drop shipping skips one step. It skips an important step. So how drop shipping works is like this. So drop shipping, when the customer buys from you, if you're the supplier, if you're the business owner, and they pay you, what you do as the business owner is you order the items from the drop shipper and give them the customer's address. Then the drop shipper ships them to the customer, stating that it's from you or your company. They also track, there should be an arrow there. They also track inventory and count ship orders against minimum order quantity, kasi yung pricing, and the customer receives the order from your company. So this is very different. This is how drop shipping works. Instead of, like, if I wanted to sell, let's say mga wallets, because I've got my wallet here. If I wanted to sell wallets, normally under the normal system, I would have to find a supplier in like China or something, or maybe Marikina. Yeah, does Marikina make wallets? I'd have to find a supplier in Marikina, order at least 1,000 pieces, stock them in my home or in my warehouse or in my stock room, and then when they ship, I have to package all the items by myself, ship the items by myself one by one. I go to LBC or JRS, ship them. But in drop shipping, it's different. Okay, in drop shipping, well, I don't need to order from the supplier. I just agree with the supplier na, hey, Mr. Supplier, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you the orders. Ikaw na bahala mag-ship. You're the one gonna ship them to the customer, and of course they charge a little bit of a fee. But it's so much easier because the business owner, let's say I'm the business owner, I don't have to carry 1,000 wallets. I just I just need my own wallet, my personal wallet. But when the customer orders, as you can see in over here, there, as you can see over there, they order online. The drop shipper, the supplier is the drop shipper. They will package it, they will ship it, and yung from address is from me. From address is from my company. So this is the big difference with drop shipping. Okay, this is the big difference. There is a replay. Thank you, Mahar. This is the big difference with drop shipping. And that's why so many people are doing drop shipping now. It's like, ooh, drop shipping, wow, so amazing. Because you don't need to order stock. And the risk is a lot lower because, like, if I order 1,000 wallets, tapos I only sell 100, what am I going to do with the 900 wallets, diba? So the risk is a lot lower. And it's much less of a hassle. So dropshipping, that's why dropshipping is very, very popular right now in today's world. That's like it's so amazing, right? It's so amazing how dropshipping works. It's very convenient for the business owner. And so many clients are using dropshipping nowadays. Now, with dropshipper, did you just learn about that now? Do you understand how dropshipping works now? And then I hope you do understand. If not, let me know. Let me know if you don't understand how dropshipping works. Now that I've discussed it, if you missed the original discussion, there's always going to be a replay. Okay, so dami tanong. So when with dropshipping, one common task that dropshippers need done is for their VAs to do product research, to do the research to find the suppliers. Okay, that's the important thing. To find the supplier na papayag sa dropshipping system, who will agree to it. So dropshipping stores, they often offer different products with different categories. So I have a website open for a sample. Saan ba yan? Okay, so I'll show you a sample here. 1 second. There we go. So this is a sample of a store that dropships. Okay, they do dropshipping. I'll show you this one first. They do drop shipping, okay? So it doesn't look like they're getting their items from China or anything, but they have different categories, right? This is a store that they don't carry their own stock. They don't carry inventory. They just, when somebody buys, so if I add to cart and I choose and then I go and check out, what they do is they're going to contact their supplier in China, and then the supplier in China is going to send me this mystical moon lamp for $55, which will take some time. And this is using Shopify, I think, this website. So, but there are other HiGoShop.com. They have so many different products, but there are drop shipping websites that focus on specific industries, like this Meowtingtons, a very cute name. Meowtingtons. They have everything regarding cats. I'm more of a dog person, but they have like cat glasses, cat drone toys, cat t-shirts, cats. So it's very, very specific for an industry. But this is still using dropshipping. They're still getting their products like from China, and China is shipping them for them. They're not carrying inventory. Okay, so it's like ikaw, you don't know that they're doing dropshipping, but they really are doing dropshipping. And once again, lower risk, they're not carrying inventory, lower upfront cost. It's very easy to start a store because you don't need to order the products, right? You just get contacted the supplier and that's it. So the clients, what they're looking for a lot of the times is somebody who can get in touch with the suppliers, who can find these different suppliers. Okay, and there are lots of tools. There are lots of tools for you to find suppliers. Okay, lots of tools. I'm going to show you one tool. Like you can go on Alibaba.com and find suppliers there, but it's very time consuming. But for this crash course, I will show you one of our favorite tools, which is called Niche Scraper. Okay, there's a free edition, so you can even sign up for it for free. The free version has very limited features, but if you get the paid version, it's around 2,000 pesos per month, like $39 a month. It's very worth it. As you can see here, they have different, like on the left side of the screen, product scraper, handpicked, market research, marketing tools, resources, and it's very worth it if you or your client are doing drop shipping. So what are the things here? Okay, so we're gonna go over these one by one. We only have 15 minutes left, but let's continue with this. Let's continue with this here. Yeah, we have a lot of questions. Keep asking your questions. I'll get to them later. But yeah, let's continue with our presentation. Okay, let's look at Product Scraper. Product Scraper, it's a tool used to spy on the best-selling products on AliExpress, which is a supplier of dropshippers for everyone. You know, it's a China supplier for dropshippers for everyone. What you can do is you can filter your searches, or you can use keywords. Remember, we talked about research skills before. And in the charts, you see the charts here, you'll see the trends, like for this watch, for the Mi Band strap that you see here. You can see that these products, like Mi Band strap, is selling right now. Because Mi Band 4 just got released. I'm buying one also. The Mi Band strap is selling like crazy. The watch has 1,043 recent orders. The strap has 423 recent orders. So you can see here what kind of products are in demand. What are the in-demand products using Product Scraper? So you, as well, if you're a business owner, if you want to get into dropshipping, you can find out ano yung uso ngayon so that you can also sell those kinds of things. Also for the custom embroidery patches, for the gel nails, you'll see that there is fluctuating, but there is growth, you know, and there are seasons. You can see that these are still good products to sell. And then you can see there's competition score. I'm not sure if you can read it, but there is a competition score. There's a number there. If your internet connection is strong, you should be able to see the competition score number. And that's how it shows how many other people are buying it off AliExpress to sell in their stores. So of course, a good rule of thumb is anything below 30 competition score is low competition. So all of these are low competition actually. And of course, you want to look for products that high in demand, high in trend, but low in competition. Okay, so you want to find that balance there, and you can use Product Scraper to just do the research there. Now, you can use the store analysis tool, the store analysis feature here to check the best sellers from Shopify stores. So if you click on store analysis, and you'll see how this is a great tool for competitor research. So you can type a Shopify stores link to analyze it. Okay, so we did this for The Verge, theverge.com. It said, okay, store search. We did theverge.com type, and this is what came out for The Verge. So we can see which products, right? Which products The Verge is selling, which are high selling products to The Verge. We can strategize. Like if this was your client's competitor, if your client said, hey, I want to find mga tech t-shirts, and I want to find more competitors to find out how much the demand, how much the competition is. You can look here and you'll see which t-shirts are selling, what's the best selling products, and you can create strategies so that you and your client can capture the market then. So once again, there's so many things. We can spend hours just exploring this, but we don't have hours. We just have 1 hour, but parang lalagpas tayo ng 1 hour. Okay, now, even better, one of my favorite tools here is the hand-picked tool, which gives you all the data you need to impress your client. So if you have a client who says, I want to find suppliers and competitors, go to this hand-picked tool. If you click this, you'll see a list of winning products that Niche Scraper has picked and analyzed just for you. So for example, we have two examples here. So first of all, we have this nail extension fiberglass kit. Okay, I'm not using it, but you can see it's very interesting. This one has great pictures. It has a great product description that you can even use and change for your client's store. You can also see the product cost here. It's $1.66. Selling price is $12.99. Wow, that's amazing. And the selling price, right? That's how much it usually sells for. And you can show this to the client. You can show this research to the client, and the client will be amazed. He'll be amazed. Wow, ang galing mo mag-research. Don't tell him that you're just using. Well, you can, but you know, the client will be really amazed. Here, yeah, this product has. Yeah, you'll see this here. Oh yeah, there we go. With the you can see there's a breakdown of profits. There's average cost. There's net profit. Social media score. There's product trends. you'll see that there is the demand for the product. It's kind of going down a little bit, but that's fine. It's still a hot product. And then you'll see at the bottom, you'll see, well, here you'll see different links to the AliExpress supplier. You'll see links to the to Amazon, to the Amazon listing, to a Facebook ad, to a store selling this product, and a video URL. So this is very amazing. It's very amazing what you can see here. So you can show to your client. Let me just find the links here. Okay, you can show to your client like this. Okay, you can. So based on the niche scraper, you can show to your client. Okay, this is the listing on AliExpress, $1.34 for 10 pieces each. And then you can see. Oh, sorry about that. You can see a YouTube video about it. You can show them another e-commerce store. It's loading right now. Another e-commerce store selling this product. You can show them the listing on Amazon, the similar. I don't know if this is the same thing, but it looks very similar. It could be the same thing. You can show them a Facebook ad, a Facebook store that's also using the same product. So this niche scraper provides so much information, so much valuable information for you to use. For you to use for if you want to get into e-commerce, right? If you want to get into drop shipping, or if you want to show this to your client, it's an amazing tool. Okay, so we have the Facebook ads overview, and so this is just a summary of everything we mentioned earlier. If you want to create a Facebook ad and target, it's very easy to set it up here. Okay, there's another product here, the beer belt buckle. But we don't have time to really go over the links. It's another fun product. You can do the research on your own if you want to. All right, so it's an amazing tool, right? Like, aren't you amazed? Parang walang amazed. Walang nagsabi na amazed. Wala lang. Kevs lang kayo, no? We put a lot of effort, tapos kevs lang kayo. You don't, wala lang. Okay lang. But for ako, well, anyway, I was amazed. I don't know if you were amazed by that tool with the information it provides. It provides so much information, so much great. If you want to go into dropshipping, it's amazing. And if you want to show it to your client, it's also amazing. Now, there are these other tools that you can use for research as well. There's Dropify, Ecom Hunt, Oberlo, Sell the Trend, Jungle Scout, and there are so many other tools. I just showed you one tool, but there are so many other tools, and some of these have their own specific purposes aside from what I showed you earlier. Okay. Ayun, amazing. Finally, late reaction kayo, ha? Okay, I'm going to answer some questions here. Let me just check my slides. Yeah, we do have some time for questions. So let me answer some questions here. I had a few, Christina Villarreal, I had a few projects in Upwork as Excel VBA. Is the wise move to shift to VA? You can use your Excel VBA things in VA if you want. If you want to shift. But Excel VBA, it depends. It depends on you. Because Excel VBA, you can focus on it. You can get more of Visual Basic Programming na jobs. And that's also a very lucrative niche. Maricel San Antonio, pa-share po, Sir JD, para mag-search ng suppliers manually. If you go to AliExpress, we don't have time to do it, but if you go to aliexpress.com, you can find suppliers there, or using the tool here I showed you. I have product research, dropshipping experience as a product researcher. How to make a portfolio po, para may proof of work. You take screenshots, save mga samples, and then when you pitch to your client, you can show them, this is the research that I made. So you can save it into like Google Docs, Google Sheets, or you can show them like screenshots and put it in like a Google document or a Microsoft Word document and send it to them. Sai Sarmento, how will I know if the actual stock matches the online inventory? Good question. You have to count. Diba, paano mo malaman yung if mag-match, you have to actually count it. Some say dropshipping on Shopify is dying. What is the reason po? It depends. That's a complicated question. But a lot of people, they don't like if it's shipped because they're from China. Sometimes it takes 1 month. So a lot of people don't like that. And there are a lot of complaints if it reaches like 1 month shipping time. But there are ways around it naman. But we don't have time to talk about that here. Para pong Jen Pehi, para pong nag-resell ako, tapos may order sa akin, pero dun siya ipapadala directly sa nag-order sa akin. Yes. Yep. Yes, that's Rochelle Oliris. Is a dropshipper same as a supplier? Sorry, got confused a bit. Yes, the supply, but the supplier. Not all suppliers do drop shipping. So the dropshipper is a supplier who will allow you to do drop shipping. Erica de Guzman, sir, pwede din ba ako mag-dropshipper? I mean, pwede din ako magkaroon? Yes, mag-Shopify store. Yes. It requires an investment naman to set up a store and it requires you from scales. Pero if kaya mong gawin, why not, diba? How much minimum starting capital sa dropshipping business? I say put in, depends, like Facebook ads and then there's website, but I would say at least mga 50,000. It's my estimate to get started. That's just estimate, huh? That's not a real number. What about returns? Who takes care of it? The dropshipper. That's where the complications are, Alice, with returns. Because the dropshipper, especially if they're from China, they don't like it. Nah, they're not used to it. Because it's the US, returns are very easy. Not so much in China. And a lot of the times, what the clients do is, if returns, parang, because you saw, diba? A $12 product, yung cost nun is only $2. $2 cost, they're selling it for $12. So what a lot of clients will do is they'll say, wag na, they'll just absorb the cost, take the $2 as parang loss lang. Daming tanong. Nick, you mean dropshipping will just depend on the supplier if they will agree? Yes. And if they agree, will the minimum order required doesn't matter anymore? Tama po ba? Sometimes what they do is, if abot ng certain amount of units, they will change the price. So if you reach 100 units, it becomes cheaper. Parang ganyan. Amilita Chu, how are returns? We answered that earlier. So dropshipping between the suppliers, yes, we answered this. How to do product listing? That's too specific. We can't cover it here. Any other tools for dropshipping? There are so many other tools. There are thousands of tools. I only showed you one. Do you have a course for Amazon FBA? No, we don't have a course for Amazon FBA. We're focused more on freelancers and virtual assistants, not on business owners. Amazon FBA is for business owners. Ano pong best tool for product researching for you? Depends. Like, this is a very good tool, Niche Scraper. I'm very excited about it, but there are so many other tools. I don't even know all the tools. There are hundreds of tools. Just find out what's nice. Like, this is a nice tool. I like it. Para madali lang siya, Sir Jason's tools lang talaga siguro na gagamitin. Nasa VA Bootcamp po ba yun? This specific tool, no, because it wasn't popular by the time, and we might add this. But the other stuff, like how to set up a Shopify store, everything we talked about, product listing, product research, order management, all these things, they're part of the VA Bootcamp. Yes, they are part of it. So join that. Okay. So I'll share with you some best practices. We only have 2 minutes left. Wow. I'll share you some best practices of e-commerce VAs. So first and foremost is always be learning. Okay, always be learning. You probably realize by now, but there's so many different possibilities of e-commerce business, so many industries, so many platforms, so many tools, so many processes, but you should always be learning because there will always be something new, there will always be something different. Especially from one client to another, they will use different systems, they will use different tools, so you should always be ready to learn new things. Second, be confident that as long as you understand the basics of e-com operations, you can easily package your skills into something beneficial to your clients. Okay, so once again, you just need to know the basics, and you can learn it here. We have step-by-steps in the VA Bootcamp to teach you the basics, because yung basic skills that you learn, you can use them in the different tools naman. It's all the same. Iba-ibang interface, iba-ibang yung terms, but it's basically all the same. May products, may shipping, may inventory, may ganyan. It's basically all the same. If you found one platform that you're the most comfortable working in, you can focus on that as your niche. So you can say, I'm a Shopify VA, I'm an Amazon VA, I'm an eBay VA. You can just focus that as a niche. A pro tip here is get hired as an e-com VA for one client first. They provide free training for newbies. You can have the basic skills, but you just need the basics, the very, very basics. But most clients, especially in this kind of world na iba-iba yung tools, they will train the newbies. And once you get trained, then you can offer more value to your next clients at higher rates. Okay, you can offer them at higher rates. Okay. So we already answered the questions earlier for you guys. And did you find this webinar helpful? You know, we've covered the webinar today. We've gone over the coverage, and I just want to know, did you find this webinar helpful? We still have almost 400 people staying. I'm very proud of you guys na 1 hour nagstay pa rin kayo. And I know that even if you're watching the replay, I'm still proud of you if you're watching the replay for staying for this 1 hour. If you found this webinar helpful, please let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you found this webinar helpful. If you learned something, I always like it. Because if you didn't learn it, wag na, we won't do this anymore. Walang point, diba? If you found this webinar helpful, just let us know. And if you found this helpful, all the more, diba? All the more you'll find the VA Bootcamp helpful, because this is just parang overview. It's very parang top house Bisaya. What's that in Tagalog? Parang surface level. And if you want to dive deep, yung step-by-step instructions with the coaches, with guidance on how to position yourself, that's what we have in the VA Bootcamp. You'll find fellow students to talk to interact with, to ask questions, to get support with. Here is a testimonial that we had recently from Anna Serviano. She shared her milestone. She got projects last month. She enrolled last year, but last month lang talaga siya serious. She applied to projects sa accounting, and then she got 4 clients in the last month. Diba? Ang dami, 4 clients in the last month. And then tapos bukas may isa pang magsasend. So, 5 ba to? Thank you sa mga coaches. She's thanking Miss Bong, Honey, and then Mahar. So we have a lot of coaches, a lot of people to provide the support so that you can find success like this. Okay, in the Virtual Assistant Bootcamp, we have step-by-step lessons. We have skills, assignments, quizzes. We check profiles. We have our hustle challenge, your very, very popular hustle challenge, and then you'll get the skills you need, the community to support you. You'll get guides, you'll get question answers, and a lot more. So if you found this very valuable, all the more you'll love our VA Bootcamp. Okay? So it's highly recommended. Once again, hindi naman siya kailangan, but we highly recommend it if you really want to parang, it's more assurance that for you to have a successful VA career. It's not 100% assurance. Wala namang 100% assurance. If there is, scam yan. But, this will really help you on your journey. If you want to become a VA or if you want to become a freelancer, we really recommend it. We see around a 75% success rate for those that complete it, for those that go through the hustle challenge. But if you don't complete the course, of course, you're not going to get hired. But if you complete it and go through the hustle challenge, 75% your success rate. Okay. And I know a lot of you have just been waiting for the certificate. A lot of you just want the certificate. So yes, we will send you the certificates. Once again, we'll send it on Friday, okay? On Friday. So if you're watching the replay, we will accept those who watch the replay until Thursday. But if you watch it after Thursday, wala na yun. Okay, we will close the form. So you have to watch the replay by Thursday, or else we're gonna do this again next quarter. Where you're gonna get the certificate then. But if you don't watch it by Thursday, if you don't fill in the form by Thursday, okay, fill in the form by Thursday so that you can get the certificate. If you fill it after, wala na, we won't give you a certificate because it's too much work na isa-isa. Okay, so by batch, fill in the form by Thursday. What you need to do, share this webinar on your Facebook wall. Just share it, take a screenshot of it. Leave us a review on Facebook, so facebook.com/vabootcamp.ph/reviews. Leave us a review there and fill up the form over here, vabootcamp.ph/ecom-crash, /ECOMM and we'll send the certificate by next Friday. Okay? We'll send the certificates by next Friday. All right, guys. So I hope you learned a lot. We covered so much today. I hope it wasn't too much. And yeah, if you like this, I'm sure that you'll love the bootcamp. But I do want to leave you with a quote. Once again, I just want to remind you that it doesn't matter where you come from. What your background is, what you're doing right now. What matters is where you're going. Okay, where you're going. So plan for your future. You're here. You're watching this because you're planning for your future. Plan for your future and take the steps for you to find your success. All right. Thank you guys so much for your time, and you have a great rest of the Saturday and Sunday. Bye, guys.